Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina. I'm a mom, a wife, and I work in tech, and I'm always looking for ways to optimize my life to make room for what matters. Today we're planning for the week of August 21st. And I guess before we get started, I have to be honest, I am just not feeling it this week. I'm feeling really, really overwhelmed because this is our last week officially of summer before the school year starts. And that is when all the craziness with school and even when things at work pick up for me. So I started this week feeling really down, but let's see how we end up at the end of this video. Like I mentioned, this is our last week of summer officially, and we are actually spending it here up in the Poconos at what we lovingly call Eudaimonia House. It's a house that we built up in the Poconos. I'll put a link to our Airbnb in the description box below. I wanted to kick off this week on a positive note. Like I said, I was feeling really overwhelmed. I'm also training for a race. It's a 10K in Philadelphia on the 27th. So I wanted to get a few more runs in just to shake out my legs. So in the morning, I'm going to wake up and do a quick 2 or 3 miles. I'm going to be working the majority of the day at my cabin. Fortunately, my husband has a pretty light day, so he'll be taking care of the kid. We are calling this week Mommy Abba Camp Week. So Lewis has his own responsibilities, like doing some workbook pages, practicing piano, but my husband will be managing all that today. I wrap up work around 3 p.m., so I plan to take Lewis to the beach or the pool that's in our neighborhood. During the day, Lewis and my husband will be running out to do some school supply shopping. I'm gonna get Lewis some new shoes. Apparently, he's grown a full size over the summer, so we need to replace his shoes so he doesn't get more blisters. And then the evening ends with Ellie's evening session with his clients. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, he is a marriage and family therapist. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to get another run in, maybe do some arm workouts. I need to really work on my core. And then again, working from home, from the cabin for the majority of the day. Despite me working at my cabin, work doesn't stop, so always grinding here. Tuesday is also a bit of a tough day because starting from the morning, my husband has a lot of client sessions. So Lewis will really be on his own for some independent play. In the Wednesday column, again, not much to write in terms of any events or appointments. So I'm going to use this column to really track the food that's left in our house that we need to wrap up and eat because it's either going to go bad or we really don't want to take it back with us to Philly. Last weekend, I had some friends over, so we had some Korean barbecue, which means we have a ton of food left over. So I'm actually looking forward to finishing those throughout the week. We also got some cold cuts, stuff for sandwiches, that we bought for the weekend, so we got to make our way through those as well. In this house, our home is not kosher, so you'll see things like bacon, and in previous videos you may have seen references to maybe Spam or other pork products. It's because this particular cabin is not kosher. Skipping ahead to Friday, because that's the day we're going to have to make some time to make it back to Philadelphia. Every other Friday, we have our lovely cleaning lady, Mari, who comes in. Looking forward to coming home to a really nice, clean house. The main reason, though, that we need to rush back on Friday is because Lewis's fall soccer season has officially started. We wanted to be back for Friday, which is intramural select, where he gets a little additional coaching. So we really didn't want to miss that. So we'll have to find some time to drive back to Philly Friday afternoon, early afternoon when my work day is a little bit later. Because there's nothing really plan for Thursday. I'm going to be using this column to track some tasks that I need to work on. Now that we're coming to the end of August, I need to finalize my expense report for work. I went on a work trip last week, so a lot of expenses I need to track there. We still have one of our rental properties in Philadelphia that we're looking for renters, so we'll have to update that listing. I need to pay our painter who came in and repainted the entire place. It looks fantastic. And then we'll be wrapping up that very shortly. Saturday night, my friend Lydia and her daughters are going to come over and sleep over because Lydia and me and my husband, we are running that Philly 10K race on Sunday morning. It starts at 7:30, which means we will need to leave our house really early, probably 6:30 or so, just to be at the starting line on time. We hired a babysitter who's going to watch the kids once they wake up. Hopefully we'll get time in to do a post-run brunch. And then really my main goal for Sunday is to go to bed early because the next day will be Lewis's first day of second grade. Saturday, no plans, and I did this on purpose because, like I mentioned, I'm feeling really overwhelmed, and Sunday is going to be pretty crazy. I'm also going to be exhausted after that race. So Saturday, we're going to use it as a day to just do some last-minute shopping. So be it school supply run, maybe some meal prep. I also went ahead and scheduled a Sunbasket meal kit to get delivered Sunday as well because I knew the following week I'm just not going to have the brain power to think about meals and cooking. So at least with Sunbasket, it will kind of do some of that mental load for me. I already picked out the recipes last week, so I'm really looking forward to that package, and I actually forgot what recipes will be included, but I guess we'll find out. I always like to use these side columns here to track my daily habits, and as you can see in that previous week, not so great and consistent, but at least even if I'm not doing it, I'm holding myself accountable. So some key things that I like to do every day is journaling, getting 6,500 steps in or more, working out whenever I can, at least half an hour each time. And I do try to incorporate rest days, make sure I take all my appropriate meds, which I haven't been really good at, but then also wrap up my evening by reading for a few minutes. It actually really is a nice way to unwind after a very busy day as well. Also to note, the stickers you see here are from the August subscription. On the top, I'm going to put a link to the video where I showcase the August stickers that we got from Sterling Ink. And I'll also post a video of how I set up the stickers for the entire month of August in advance. I like to track what books I'm reading, and I took a quick look at books I was reading the previous week. I'm always reading more than one book at a time. Sometimes it depends on my mood. Some of these books are paper copies, and sometimes they're electronic copy through Libby, which is our library app. So the library app actually is not forgiving. Once it's due, it goes back. So sometimes I have to wait to get that copy back, so then I'll read something else. In the meantime, usually I am juggling at least 3 books. So this week I'm reading My Dear Hamilton, which is part of our book club. Night of Many Endings is a book that's sitting in my Kindle that I read in between books. And then House of Leaves is another physical copy of a book. It's kind of like a horror book, but making my way through that. Like I mentioned before, over the weekend we had some friends visit. It's my old friend from college. Her name is Christina. She's awesome. She came with her son, who is the same age as my son. They actually look really similar, so the joke is that they're brothers. She also brought along with her 3-year-old daughter and her husband, and we just had a really wonderful, relaxing time spending some time hiking in the woods, and we also had a lot of pool time as well. So that's my friend Christina, and that was us at Kalahari Falls this past Saturday. Well, that's it. I wish you guys all a really wonderful week. Comment below on what you're really looking forward to, or maybe you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with me, but take it easy, guys, and have a great week.